right, I'm going to start by showing you what all's in this recipe. I put it together myself because I wanted all my favorites in one cake. You're going to have a strawberry cake mix. You're going to make it go a little further by adding a cup of self-rising flour. You're going to use 3 large eggs, 3/4 cup of vegetable oil, an 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple with the juice. You're going to use a 1/2 cup of coconut. I'm not going to use the whole bag today, and I'll tell you why later. We're going to use a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, some ripe bananas, vanilla extract, and some whipped cream, okay? And I'm just using Cool Whip to ice it with. And right now, we're just starting the cake mix. So we're going to start with our eggs. So you have 3 eggs. When I do cake mixes, I usually start with my wet ingredients. And that way the cake mix doesn't get stuck in the bottom of the mixer. So we're starting with the 3 eggs, 3/4 cup of vegetable oil. And we're going to turn that on, mix it up a little bit. And then we're going to add our pineapple, our vanilla, and I'm going to turn it off for a second and mash these bananas up. Okay, when you use your pineapple, you're going to use juice and all, just to give you that tip. So it needs that liquid in there, y'all. Now we're going to mash up 2 ripe bananas and make sure they're ripe. Lots of times when you go to the grocery store, the bananas are green, but they typically have some ripe ones laying over to the side where people have just left 1 banana out, and that's usually the ones I pick up. So you're just going to mash up this banana good. We're going to add that to our mixer now. It already smells really good. In a way, it's kind of like a hummingbird cake with strawberry instead of just regular flour. Okay, so now we have in the pineapple, the bananas, the vanilla, and now all we have left is the cake mix and flour. So I think I'll go ahead and put the cake mix in here. Turn it on, and then we'll add our flour. So it's a cup of flour, so we'll add a 1/2 cup at a time. Now you're going to add a 1/2 cup of Baker's sweetened coconut. And of course you don't have to get that brand, but it's my favorite. And a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. There you have it. That's my Godsend cake, and boy is it delicious. So we're going to mix this up and get them in the cake pans. Now, I've done this cake a couple of different ways. I have made it and iced it with all Cool Whip, which is my favorite. That's what I'm doing today. If you want more coconut, you can ice it with your Cool Whip and then cover it in coconut, okay? Or if you wanted a richer version, you could always use the strawberry icing recipe that's on the website, or you could use cream cheese, either one, all right? So this cake could really be changed up a lot just with whatever you decide to frost it with. But I like the lighter version so that I can taste the cake more, and I really like that Cool Whip, okay? Or whipping cream icing. But now I know a lot of y'all like cream cheese, and you could never get enough cream cheese icing, so this would be a good one for it. You're going to spray 3 cake pans. You can use 9 or 8 inch. I like to use the 8 inch because it makes it a tall cake. But most people have 9-inch pans these days. Use what you got. And we're going to get this batter in the pans and get it in the oven, and boy, is it going to be delicious. Don't that look like it's full of goodness? Only thing that's not in here is cherries. And I guess you could add them. I'm going to spread that out before I add the rest of it. Make sure they look kind of even. They don't have to be perfect. But now, if you're making these for a special occasion or you're making them to sell, of course, you would want it to look, you would want them to have the same amount in them so that it looked really pretty when it's sliced. And you can always measure it or weigh it if you've got a scale. Alrighty, we're going to get these in the oven and bake it. This is a very delicious cake, y'all. That one feels like it's got the most in it. All right, let's bake it up. All right, these are ready. So you're just going to take them out of the oven and let them sit for about 5 minutes, and you're going to flip them upside down on some parchment paper. And they need to cool completely before you ice them, of course, with your whipping cream. All right. You can tell which cakes were in the back of the oven. They always get browner when they're in the back. This one was in the front. And now we're just going to let them cool down. Now you're going to want your cakes up on a cooling rack. Don't leave them sitting on the counter or they'll sweat on the bottom. And I'm going to let these cool all the way down. All right, so you want your Cool Whip to be thawed completely. And if you're making this at home, you can just ice it with Cool Whip. But I'm going to do mine really pretty, and I'm going to use a tip to make it pretty. So what I've got here is something to put the cake on so that when I transfer it over to this, I have it on a board already. You can get these on my website if you want to, under bake, I believe it's under bakeware. All my stuff like this is. So you're just going to put the cake down. And you're going to get your Cool Whip in between your layers. Now, if you want to, you can put a little coconut in between your layers if you want to, but I'm not going to do that today. I want this just to be a really light and delicious cake, and so I'm not making it heavy, okay? You're just going to stack them right on top of each other. You flip it upside down. Take a look. Make sure it's like it ought to be. Now we're going to put a little more. Just like so. Last layer. And I have sliced up a few strawberries just to make it pretty. And if you're going to take this somewhere, you want to make sure and put your strawberries on right before you leave so that they look fresh, okay? So now I'm going to smooth this out of the way. I'm going to fill a bag up with my whipping cream or Cool Whip, whatever you are using. Okay, so I'm just going to start on the side, and we're just going to do a zigzag So we're just going to zigzag it back and forth like this. That's all we're going to do. It's going to be super simple and easy and fast. It's going to wind up really pretty too. Where some of the holes are, we're going to put a strawberry on top, okay, to kind of cover those up. So you're just going to slide it off and get it on your serving. You can just kind of go around and mend some holes if you want to with your finger or the rest of your Cool Whip. And we're just going to put some strawberries on the top to make it pretty. Actually, I was going to put my whole strawberry there. I've got one I saved that's whole. Put right in the middle. I remember I took this to a gathering we had, a family gathering, and everybody really loved it with the Cool Whip. Now, you can make it out of real whipping cream if you want to, but just remember, like I told you, you're not going to decorate it with strawberries until you're ready to walk out the door. And it is good to keep this one refrigerated because it's super moist layers and they don't really need to be left out at room temperature overnight or too long. It's really moist. All right, there's a piece. And now we have a piece of cake. Chris's is bigger than mine to dig into. You can see those pecans down in there. It has the banana, the pecans, the coconut, the strawberry. You talk about delicious. It's delicious. And to me, the cake is so good. It's great with just a light whipping cream. It's so good and has so much good stuff in the cake layers. You can try different icings and see how your family likes it the best. We thank you so much for watching Collard Valley Cooks, where we cook like our mamas did. Y'all make sure and try my Godsend cake.